You're watching Alaska's weather source.
Well, we have some lightning moving in and around the Anchorage area. It was smoke into the interior. This is the time-lapse camera from the Tanana River at Nenana. And just as it ended, boy, it was smoky again. The amount of wildfires across the state, 151 that are active. We have 308 with how many acres have burned? 222,000 now, 409. As far as the conditions here in Anchorage, cloudy skies, that rain occurring, 69 degrees for our official high temperature. Normal is 66, the record from 2015, 77. And here's a look at those precipitation amounts around the region so far. Seward, 1.3 inches. It's just been coming down all day for them. Into the valley area, 0.18 of an inch, and that's just about the most besides Portage at 0.4. And then Ketchikan, over an inch of rain for them. So they'll, again, tomorrow be one of those very wet spots. As we mentioned, some heavy showers moving through the Anchorage area. There's that lightning strike. We've seen it just across the inlet to the west and north. Also down around Kenai and Soldotna, we've seen some lightning strikes. And then into the interior, over 1,600 so far statewide. But there are some red flag warnings into the interior going through at least midnight tonight because of the lightning activity in the central interior. You can see some of those thunderstorms that continue to move north right around Stevens Village into the Rampart area, Alacaca. You could be seeing that here in the next half hour or so, and then back into South Central. It's been scattered showers for most of the day across the region. It was just into the afternoon and evening that we saw those lightning strikes start to occur. Now, Eagle, they were the hot spot for the state, getting up to 87 degrees, but they were also the cold spot, down to 45. So double duty for Eagle today. They, as far as Fort Yukon, made it to 90 degrees for their highest temperature. I guess they would be the hot spot. 71 in Dead Horse, the 70s showing up into Fairbanks, portions of the valley out toward Glen Allen, staying into the 60s for much of the South Central region. Now we look at rain, and it'll be a pretty good rain across parts of the southeast panhandle, more than an inch in Petersburg, Ketchikan, Juneau, about 0.8 of an inch here in the South Central region. We won't get amounts quite that heavy, but we will see in the Anchorage area probably a little over 1/10 of an inch. Light amounts, too, for the Kenai area compared to panhandle locations. You can see the wet weather there. A much different picture this week. A lot of low-pressure systems will be rotating through the state, along the state's corridor, coastline, I should say, and then through southeast Alaska. So this takes us through the rest of the week. That's why we say clouds and showers. Here's a look at the widespread wet weather for southeast Alaska into tomorrow. And for interior locations, they'll stay into the 60s and 70s. Smoke and thunderstorms again for them as they deal with those red flag warnings and dense smoke advisories. For the North Slope, windy winds out of the northeast, 15 up to 25 miles per hour. Could see some fog along these coastal areas in the morning, turning to clouds and then continuing with showers, even though some of those inland locations will see temperatures to the 70s. It'll be 50s and a lot of rain, even some sunshine on the far west end of the Aleutians, but then it's rain. And we'll see that clouds and showers and continue to affect the Kenai Peninsula, parts of Prince William Sound, even into the valleys, despite the fact that the temperatures will be into the 70s there, high 60s for Anchorage in our 7-day forecast. Continuing to call for showers for Tuesday into Wednesday, Wednesday night into Thursday. That's when we expect some heavier rain to move through the region in Anchorage, lasting into Friday. Hopefully a nice drier day as we wrap up the week on Saturday. But we stay into the 60s as we go through the rest of the week, Mike. At least that's a positive.
Absolutely.